This Saturday, #1 Alabama and 14th ranked Miami square off in the Chick-fil-A Kickoff Classic in Atlanta. And for a preview of the Tide's season opener, I'm joined now by national champion with the Crimson Tide, Greg McElroy. Greg, it's great to see you.
Good to be with you guys, man. Thanks a lot. Happy football season. Man, I'm excited not just for football, but football that is recognizable. It's been obviously a long time since we've seen people in the stands. It's something we've all been looking forward to as people that love the sport.
Well, Greg, you've been super busy with ESPN and the SEC Network, but you're also doing a new radio show every morning here in Birmingham on WJOX. Congratulations on that. I've listened to it a lot, and you and Cole Kubelik are always breaking down the X's and O's. It's some serious football talk.
We're deep in the weeds now. I mean, Chris, it's not your normal morning radio show, but we've found comfort in knowing that we personally believe that we can provide a level of XO conversation that very few other shows can really match. So we're not breaking it down just the generic storylines. We are deep in the weeds. And it's been a little bit different, but it's actually made me a little sharper too. I mean, Cole is really, really good when it comes to the line of scrimmage. I'm a little bit more versed in route concepts, secondary play coverages, bigger picture things.
Well, I really think you've raised the bar for sports talk radio here in Alabama, so I've really enjoyed it so far. And Greg, you know, in this neutral site game that Alabama has with Miami and Atlanta, you've played in these before, and under Coach Saban, Alabama has won all 10 of these, and they've dominated, winning by an average of over 26 points per game. And these weren't cupcake opponents either. Most were ranked in the top 25 with 4 top 10 opponents. Is there anything to you that suggests this matchup with number 14 Miami will be any different?
Well, the one thing I would say about Miami, and if I'm a Miami fan, if I'm looking at it through their lens, I'm encouraged by the fact that I have such a veteran quarterback. I'm encouraged by the fact that my quarterback is mobile. So I'm very interested to see how Derek King does. I think he, of course, and everybody that's watched Alabama, and since we're on this area, I'll say us and we and all that stuff, even though I wouldn't in a normal circumstance. Anyone that's watched us has known that the one thing that might occasionally give us some fits as a quarterback that's mobile and super dynamic. And Derek King can be that. So I think Alabama is the far better team. I think roster-wise, it's not really all that comparable. But the one equalizer would be the quarterback spot. But I would imagine that Coach Saban and Pete Golding have been really stressing to their defense, do not let this guy out of your sights. Do not let him take over the game. He's capable, but I know they've had a great camp on defense, and they're very excited about the group that they're going to put out there. So I can't imagine that they're going to go out and be surprised by what Derek King maybe throws at them.
Well, talking about the Crimson Tide, they will have a new starting quarterback this year. They have a new offensive coordinator, new starting running back, several new receivers, and offensive linemen starting. How do you see this offense under first-year offensive coordinator Bill O'Brien kind of matching up against this Miami defense?
Well, the Miami defense has a little bit of a question mark. They've lost some key pieces off last year. They have guys that are moving around, playing some different positions. The other thing I'd say about Manny Diaz is he traditionally wants to dictate. He traditionally wants to create pressure, wants to apply pressure. And he does an awful lot defensively to try to make quarterbacks uncomfortable. And that's not the easiest thing to play against in your first career start, but Bryce Young has now been going against a defense over the last 20 practices that will be vastly more talented than the defense he's going to face when he tees it up on Saturday.
Well, Greg, Alabama has a perfect kicker returning in Will Reichert, who didn't miss a kick last year. They will have a new punter and an Australian native, James Burnip, along with some new returners. Who do you feel like has the edge on special teams?
What's funny is I was talking to a group of Bama supporters the other day. They're like, hey, what do you think about our punter? I go, is he returning? I don't even know. Dude, full disclosure, Chris, I don't really follow special teams that much. It's like a foreign language to me. And I also said, man, I don't think I've seen the punter in 2 years. Like, did they punt last year one time? Like, I don't remember it.
Not too much, but if we do need a kicker, I feel like we got a pretty good one, don't we?
No, I feel very good about our kicking situation after what we saw last year.
Well, Greg, it's great to see you, and it's always great to talk Alabama football with you.
It's so fun. Look forward to this Saturday and roll Tide, man. It's been too long before we've had a full house. Can't wait to see everybody in Atlanta.
Exactly. It's been too long. Roll Tide. Kickoff for #1 Alabama and 14th ranked Miami is scheduled for 2:30 Central Time in Atlanta. You can watch the game live on ABC. Reporting from the Crimson Tide Production Studios here inside Bryant-Denny Stadium, I'm Christopher England with Tide TV.